Next, MIL combats, should combat fake news and misinformation. That's why we have a literacy or media information literacy. We are literate, we are knowledgeable enough to know what is good or bad or what is fake news from a real news. And the MIL should be combating the fake news and misinformation in order to have a clear influence from the media and information. Next, we have empowers critical consumers and content creators. Why do you think of that? Because as a consumer, we are tend to rely on the information, and as a content creators, they rely to give information. So that's what we call also communications and also support the democracy, civic engagement, and human rights. Why do you think? Because when we talk about media information literacy, it can be source of communication where can be supported a democracy of a specific country or a different types of government that supports its government itself. Civic engagement, we can see the different civic duties, civic activities that found in televisions, in can be here in radio, and many more, and also the human rights. Without the information itself, we are not, or we cannot know, or we cannot be able to know what our rights as a human because of that information. And being literate to that information make us more activated to our rights in order to know or to understand what we should be done or what should as a people what should we need as a human. Okay, next, when we talked about MIL, it also have a 2 points, which is the freedom of expression and the access of information. Yes, we have a freedom of expression, that's the media, and access to information, that's the information, and that's the literacy itself. Okay, so in freedom of expression, we can act or we can do what we want. We can spread misinformation or not. We can do the bad things or not. That's a freedom of expression. Other than that is to create. We act, then we create the thing or we create the consequences of what we have act. And at the middle of freedom of expression and access to information was to reflect if it is good or bad. After we reflect, we are going back to act. If it is good, then we improve it. If it's bad, then we decline it and try to do the other time or the other one in order to have a great or in order to have a good result of idea or good result of information. Access to information, yes, we have all access, but not all the access can be reliable or not. That's why we need to analyze. If we analyze the information that we access, we're going to reflect if it's good or bad. If it's good, then get the information. If it's bad, then try to get another access in order to fill your satisfaction. That is the difference between access to information and freedom of expression. Yeah, what we called about literacy, ability to understand, interpret, create, and communicate information. It's also what they said, support personal goals and social participation. And it's also a continuous and a lifelong learning process where we are able to understand, fully understand, until it to deeply understand the specific thing. That's what we call literacy. Okay? What is a component of media and information literacy? We have two. We have three: the media literacy, information literacy, and technology literacy, or also what we call digital literacy. Which, okay, what is media? Media is a channel to communicate information, such as TV, radio, newspapers, and internet. That is the main meaning and main purpose of media. However, media literacy is the ability to access, analyze, evaluate, and create media. There are need to understand on how the media shapes societies and also cultures, and recognize, and you would able to recognize as a media literate, or as a media literacy person, you would able to recognize the biasness of a specific information, the persuasion that it's given by the information is also, and also the misinformation that is given by the information that you've gathered. That is, you've been listened, you've been watched, you've been understand in the media. Okay. Next is what they call the information literacy. Okay. Okay. Information literacy is the ability to identify the information needs. We are we can also locate, evaluate, and communicate the information effectively and use the information responsibly across formats. So we are using in an ethical and responsive way. Okay. Other than that, we have a technology or digital literacy, which is responsible and effective use of digital tools. Access, manage, create, and share informations, and also promote ethical and safe technology use, such as different laws that under the digital literacy.